didn't expect to make a video today because it is a Saturday, and I normally don't make videos on Saturdays except for that one time, but I didn't upload on a Thursday. But my husband has to work today. He was given an opportunity, just like that one Saturday, to work, and so he chose to work. And I am very proud of him. He didn't make any excuses. He was just like, yes, I'm going to go in, I'm going to do what I need to do, and make more money. And that's great. So, I just wanted to hop on here for a little bit and talk a little bit about Excusitis. So, as many of you may know, or may not, I do affiliate marketing online. I went through the full stack marketing program. I did all this fun stuff. It's great. I get to write emails all day. I don't have to interact with anybody. I just do it from the comfort of my home. Now, the only downside for me is that I don't have my own car, and so I'm kind of just stuck here until my husband gets home, because he has the car today, because he works noon to 6 today, which is completely different than what he normally works, because what he normally works is 3:30 to about 1:15 in the morning. And of course, you know that things aren't always open around that time. So, sorry, I'm trying to get my knees all fixed. But, okay, so what do I mean by excusitis? So what I mean by excusitis is they're all the excuses that you use to not do what you should do. Or, okay, so if you want to be a successful person, right, you want to be a singer, or you want to start affiliate marketing, or you want to do something that'll make you money so you have the financial freedom and the wealth to do exactly what you want to do later on in life, or sooner rather than later, right? They're the excuses that you make to not do it, to the excuses you make to just stay where you're at, to stay in your comfort zone. Like I say sometimes, like I said in a previous video, the comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing ever grows there. Let me take this up. My reflection was gone, but the reason I have these on is because they're computer glasses, and it helps. Okay. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Okay. They're the excuses of, oh, I'm too old, or I'm too young, or I don't know where to start. Stuff like that. It doesn't matter how old you are, one, and it doesn't matter if you know where to start or not. So if you don't know where to start, look it up and just do it. Go for it. No matter how scared you are, that fear isn't going to do anything for you except for keep you where you're at right now. So, you have to choose, okay, where do you want to be? Do you want to make all these excuses and do exactly what you've been doing, or do you want to go ahead and realize that they're just excuses and do what you need to do in order to get to where you want to be? Okay? The choice is yours. Now, the reason I bring this excusitis up is because I learned about it. I learned about it when I first started doing this. When I first started doing affiliate marketing. If you want to learn more about affiliate marketing, I'll leave the link in the description below, and then you could do that. But back on topic. I learned Excusitis when I first started doing affiliate marketing. And a lot of people have to deal with their excuses. I was writing an email a while back. It was like a month or so ago. And I was editing it today, and the title of the email was called Excusitis. And I was literally reading through the email, and I was like, why haven't I talked about this yet? I mean, wouldn't it make sense? I mean, I think it makes all the sense in the world, because I was sitting on the couch. I'm 26 years old, and I was sitting on the couch like, it's a little late for me to start anything, right? I'm 26. Okay, that's not old. Matter of fact, I got to the point where I was like, well, I'm nearly 30. I took away like 2-3 years off my life. That's what it felt like. I took those few years off, but once I started going back to saying I was 26, I felt so much younger, first off. So don't ever, don't make yourself older than you really are, because then you don't feel like you've missed out on opportunities, first off. So that takes care of one part of the excusitis. That takes away one excuse. Even if you're 50 years old, that's 50 years young. There's still plenty of time to do stuff. Right? I don't care if you're 13 or 113. You can do it. You know, because the wealth you're working for isn't just the money or time or, you know, for yourself. It's for your generations to follow. Okay? Think about it this way. Do you want the people that you bring into the world, do you want them to struggle as much as you did? There's nothing wrong with teaching them how to figure stuff out. So you get that wealth and everything. And when it's time for you to pass on, that wealth can get transferred over to the next generation. But that next generation has to know how to keep it up, how to keep making more, how to keep making it grow. And just because you get that money and that wealth and all this other stuff doesn't mean it's in your account to spend. It's in your account basically as a comfort to know that you and future generations aren't going to be put on your butt outside. And I know people are like, oh, well, there's homeless shelters you can go to. Homeless shelter can only do so much. And if you're like me and you were homeless at one point, okay, now I don't think anyone really knows about this part, about my most recent stint of being homeless. I haven't even told my family about it. But if you're like me, right, and you went to the homeless shelters, every single homeless shelter you went to was packed for the night. There was no room. That just because there's shelters out there doesn't mean there's going to be room for you. So don't just be like, it's okay, I have somewhere to go. Because that may not be an option for you. I tell you what, though, kick in the pants I needed at that time to make sure I wasn't going to be homeless again. I went to the hospital and I asked them, I was like, hey, is there anywhere I can stay? Because I'd already wasted my options, or not wasted, I'd already gone through all my options for homeless shelters, and they were like, oh, we're full. So I went to the hospital, and I was like, is there anywhere I could stay? I'm homeless, I'd like somewhere to go. And they said no. They said, wait in the waiting room, and we'll call help for you. So that's what I did. I stayed in the waiting room, and I actually went to the hallway and tried their pay phone. Right, I didn't have money for it, but my sleep-deprived mind, I was like, I'm going to try anything to try to get a hold of anyone. And I went back into the waiting room, and luckily there was this woman who let me use her phone to call somebody, because I had this number just sitting in my purse, and I didn't even remember who it was from. I didn't remember who it was from at all. But I called, and it happened to be from this woman at Walmart who I'd met one time. So shout out to Raven for letting me, come stay when I needed it the most. Because she was like, yes, I'm on my way, I'll come get you. She didn't know me. She didn't know who I was. That's terrifying, don't you think? When you let a stranger into your house and you have no idea what they're about. No idea. But she came to pick me up. But while she was on her way to come pick me up, a police officer came. He was going to take me in for the night. I almost stayed the night in jail, which would have been a lot better than sleeping on the streets, that's for sure. But the hospital, my eyes were so red, they thought I was high. Mind you, I hadn't slept in like 2-3 days. There was nowhere that I could find, anyway, where I could stay. I had exhausted all my resources that were supposed to be resources, but ended up not having the room for me. So what good are the resources if they're not going to work, right? So she picked me up and I stayed with her. And then I got with my ex. And he's a whole nother story. We're not even going to get into that right now. Wow. It's done and over with. I'm with my husband now. And he is, let's just say, he is 1,000 times better than my ex ever was. But I told myself as I was waiting to get picked up that I was never, ever, ever, ever going to let myself become homeless again. That wasn't going to be an option. So stop making excuses. I was 19. There was no excuse. My only goal at that time was getting off of the streets and making something of myself. Because I needed to. I had to, or I was going to stay there and die. It doesn't sound that serious, but the job I had let me go because I didn't have anywhere to be. I couldn't stay anywhere, so they let me go. Your jobs aren't there to help you through all this other personal stuff. Jobs hire you on the assumption you have a place to stay, transportation, are able to get a shower in, and all this other stuff. They aren't going to keep you if you keep showing up to work smelling like Satan's butthole. No matter how many times you stop at the bathroom before work to brush your teeth and wet your hair and wash it in the sink. Jobs aren't your keeper. They'll replace you, like, if you let them. That's why you need to make your own way, your own sources of income. You have to do this, because if you don't and you rely on the job your entire life, then I hate to tell you this, but it's not a safeguard against anything. The only way when you have a job to make sure that you can survive whenever or if that job is no longer an option for you is to, like I said, put 10% of your paycheck into savings every paycheck, before bills, before play. Why? Because if something like getting fired happens and you have no other stream of income, at least you'll have that to survive on until you can find something else. So I also tell you, you need to have multiple streams of income. Because if one turns off, you'll have the other still. Okay? It's not fair to anyone to have to struggle so much. There's just so many people of my generation are living paycheck to paycheck because they haven't figured it out. They haven't figured out how to save 10% of their paycheck. They haven't figured out you have to have multiple streams of income. They haven't figured out that working at McDonald's or working at Taco Bell isn't going to pay the bills for the rest of their lives, okay? First off, McDonald's paying $15 an hour. That's more than some other jobs. That's better than no job. And that 10% of that paycheck is going to be a lot higher than the 10% of the paycheck that's only going to pay you $7.50, $7.25. But you can still make it on $7.25 an hour. I was a waitress making $3 an hour. So I know you can. Don't go for the most expensive food options. Create a budget. Start purchasing food that you're going to eat. Don't go out and buy snacks like chips and stuff. First off, you don't need the chips. Your body doesn't need the chips. It's not a lot of the junk that you cram into your mouth and down your throat and into your stomach are made with stuff that your body wasn't intended to process. So if you cut out buying snacks at the store, that's a lot of money you could be saving. And it's not going to be right away that you're going to cut out every single snack. Just slowly cut it out. Slowly. People can only handle about a 10% change before they start to take notice and freak out. But it's not too late. It's not too soon. I don't care how old you are. If you are 113 or 13, you can start making money even when you're younger than 13. Matter of fact, when I used to go to horse auctions with my mom, I think in Kingman or something, I used to work in concessions with them sometimes. And I wasn't even like 13. I think I was like way younger than that. I wasn't no 6-year-old doing it. Doesn't mean a 6-year-old can't be making money either. But don't force them into something they don't want to do. Anyone can make money. Anyone. It doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, how much money you have, how many resources you have. It doesn't matter. Excusitis is exactly what it says. It's an excuse disease. It's a disease of excuses. And that's all it is. That's all they are, is excuses. They have no backing to them. It took me so long, until this year in fact, to figure out what an excuse was, because I was like, I'm giving you valid points, valid reasons of why I can't do this or why I can't do that. But once I realized what excusitis was and learned what an excuse was, I was like, oh, I've been making excuses this whole time because I didn't want to do something. Figure it out. You have to. No one's going to figure it out for you. You have to do it for yourself. You have to do this for yourself, your future self, and future generations. Or else you're going to be in this long cycle of struggle. Okay? I think I'm going to end the video here. If you want to learn more about affiliate marketing from the same place I learned affiliate marketing, I'll leave the link in the description below. In the description below, I will leave the link. Okay? And you learn more about this topic, And affiliate marketing, as long as you attend the program, it's basically a college course without all the extra stuff that you don't need to learn. Like when I was doing graphic design and I had to take all these other courses before I could even start it. So, there's none of that hassle. So if you want to learn more about affiliate marketing, click the link below. I will see you in the next video. Remember to invest in yourself. That's the best investment you could ever make, is in yourself. Invest in stocks, real estate, have multiple sources of income. Don't just rely on one. I love you, and I will see you Monday. Bye.